Hi guys, my name is Anjan Pantanosa and thank you for watching my first ever YouTube video. So I created this video to showcase my work in data analysis and also this serves as my portfolio. So for this project, I'll be using Python as programming language and I'll be running my Python code in Google Collaboration online. So without further ado, let's proceed. For this project, I choose visa-related topics because as you may know, I've been in visa industry for 4 years. So I'm quite familiar with different type of visa and also visa processes. So for this one, I'll have a Schengen visa application year 2018. So I downloaded these data sets for free in the website called Kaggle. So you can also visit the website and there's a lot of free data sets that you can work for. So if you want to check my Python code, you can check it on the link provided below. Before we proceed with visa visualization, let's talk with what is Schengen visa first. So the Schengen visa is a special visa category that allows individuals to travel freely within the Schengen area, which is a zone comprising 26 countries. It's like wow, 26 country in just one entry visa. It's amazing. It will less your expenses in processing visas for that. It's like this allow for smooth and uninterrupted travel between these 26 countries. This visa allows to stay. So I think this visa it have 90 days validity or 180 days or it depends upon your nationality. You can also if you if you've been there more than 90 days, you can just go to the consulate and ask for the extension of your visa. The first visualization that I will show you is the bar graph of distribution of application by Schengen visa. So in here, it shows the 26 countries that part of Schengen. So as you may know, the Europe is composed of 44 countries, but not all 44 is part of Schengen, only the 26 countries. So from this graph, we can notice that the top three countries are France, Germany, and Spain. So it is not very surprising because upon checking, these three countries had an advantage in tourist attraction, economic opportunities, and educational institution, and many more. So it's more likely the tourists are visiting this country first. So they have a lot of entry visa application for Shenzhen. For this graph, we have here the distribution of application by country. We have 169 lists of unique countries' name according to the datasets that we have. So I use tree maps graph for this. Tree maps represent data as a set of nested rectangles with each rectangles representing a category. This can be useful for visualizing large categorical hierarchies. So actually, it's my first time using this kind of graph, and I'm quite happy that I found this type because before this, I tried using bar graph and I kind of mess it up and like I cannot read the names of the countries and also there's a lot because 169 is a lot for a bar graph. So yeah, I tried this three maps and I'm quite happy because you can really distinguish the difference of each country based on the visa application. So in this graph, we can see that USA, China, and Russia are the top three countries where visa application are submitted. We can say that it's something to do with population because as you may know, USA, China, and Russia is a huge country and there's a lot of population. And also in terms of economy, there are booming economy in that country. There's a lot of advantage and also maybe the tourists are a lot of nationality from that country have enough resources or money to go or travel in the European country. Next, we have the same three maps graph for distribution of application by countries. So although from the previous graph, we have USA as the top one in terms of country. But this visualization, we have Beijing. Beijing is not part or not located in USA. It is located in China. But in terms of consulate, Beijing is the top one who have a lot of Schengen visa applications. So as you may know, not all countries have one consulate. For example, the USA is a huge country, so there's a lot of European consulate in that location. Compared to the Philippines, here in the Philippines, we are a small country and the consulate is only one. So if there's a France consulate, we only have one consulate. Not just for the China. China is also a huge country. There is a Beijing, there is Shanghai. So there is sometimes a lot of consulate. So in terms of consulate, Beijing is top one in our visualization according to the data sets that we have. So in this graph, we have 308 total unique list of consulates. So really, it really make me happy because three maps is really do its job to look for the difference of the counts based on the counts of this application in this visualization. Next, we have statistics for airport transit visa or what we call ATV. From the word itself, this kind of visa is issued in airport for passenger who is passing by the country. An airport visa, transit visa or ATV is a type of visa that allows a traveler to pass through the international transit area of an airport. So without entering the territory of the country hosting the airport while waiting for the connecting flight to a third country. So in this chart, we can notice that from the 100% of application, almost 90%. So it's a very good sign that 90% of the application are issued to the tourist or the one who applied. And only 10% is canceled or did not meet the requirements of the ATV. So next we have the visualization for Schengen visa or it is also called uniform visa. So in this one, the line graph, so we can notice that from the 100%, it's almost 90% also. Like ATV, many Schengen visa application is approved or issued to the traveler and on and but we can also see below the MEV. MEV is inside for multiple entry. Although a lot of application applicants apply for the multiple entry, it's quite few it's approved. So I think there's very difficult requirements for multiple entry. So in the side graph we have here the multiple entry visa. So there is a pie graph to compare the issuance of multiple entry. And you can see here that from the 100% of multiple entry application, only 12% is issued and 87% is not multiple entry. So it is single entry Schengen visa. So multiple entry visa is quite amazing because you can reuse it. So you can exit the country and enter again, but it is within the validity of the visa. Unlike the single entry, if you go to that country and exit, you need another application to enter again because it is single entry. So even if your visa is not yet expired, you cannot use it unless you use it once. Unlike the multiple entry, unless your visa is still valid, you can reuse that visa. So it's quite amazing for that multiple entry. And maybe because it's advantage of kind of visa and app requirements also is not very something easy to provide. Next, we have the pie graph also for total volume of visa application and issuance. So I think this is the summary of all visa application concerning Schengen visa. It's either ATV or uniform visa. This is the summary. So in terms of the total issued, there are 47%. So total applied, there are 52% for this pie graph. And the last but not the least, I'll show you this Boolean or box plots that I use. Actually, it's also my first time using it in data visualization, and it's quite amazing, or I'm happy about the result because as you can see here in it is the row or the frequency of missing values per row. So before that, I'm quiet. I don't know how to delete or all the null values because when I delete it, the records are very few. So there's a lot of things to consider before deleting the null values, and it really affect heavily the result of the summary, the result of visualization in the total. So this one is really helped me because you can see in the row 5, that's where a lot of null values. So you can literally see that in your datasets, the row 5 of whatever columns it is, there are a lot of null values. So you may consider of deleting. So that's where I end my short data visualization and analysis for the Schengen visa year 28 and that I downloaded from the Kaggle website. So I think for the conclusion, I would say that if you are a traveler and you want to visit the European country and you want to get a Schengen visa in a particular, I would say as a consular also, I have a background in visa application. You must apply for the Schengen visa or uniform visa in a consulate compared to the ATV. Maybe because when you are applying the consulate, you have a lot of time in your hand to gather all the requirements compared to the ATV because ATV is you are already in the airport and you don't have that allowance time to gather all the requirements. But nevertheless, if you are already in that country and you are just you just staying there and you are not going or you're not entering the country, ATVs, you can just gather or look for the requirements in advance for the ATV and always bring with you all the requirements that may needed so you can pass the ATVs. So to conclude the visualization, it says in the according to the data set that it's more likely you can pass in ATV more than the uniform visa in the consulate. But as I said, ATV is just for passing by passenger. So it more likely 24-hour and the uniform visa is have 90 days validity compared to the ATV. So yeah, also to summarize our visualization, we can tell that the visa application have a large of application in the US as a country, but in terms of the consulate, we have the Beijing in China. So uh, we can also tell that a lot of the travelers going to that European country is from the USA, the China, the Russia, the India, the more likely rich country that they can have or they have all the resources or the money to travel to that kind of country. So I know that I am just an amateur data analyst and a lot of things that you may add if you are already if you know if you are already a data analyst and you learn a lot. So you can just tell me in the comments So what suggestion that you may impart to me according based on my YouTube video. So thank you for watching. So that's where I end my short